Hey travelers! So it's 2021, we're vaccinated, and Greece is accepting vaccinated Americans, so guess where we're going? No, but seriously, Greece has been on our list for a little while now. We had some friends that we were planning it with a few years ago, and then they had a baby, and then COVID came, and here we are. Actually, they had 2 babies. Aww. So as I sat down and started to plan this year's big trip, I realized it was the perfect time to just record the whole entire process, so you guys get to follow along. Let's plan Greece. So, after picking our vacation spot, for obvious reasons, the first thing I do is check the high season. Yes, that's right. While I'm always watching my budget, we do not do it the reverse, which is create your budget and then pick your location. The reason for that is we're usually able to book so far in advance, and we can shift our dates around, and that really allows you to control your budget. Step 1, check the high season. I simply Google high season for fill in the blank. So this simple step of checking the high season shows me when everyone else will be in town, and that tells me when I do not want to be in town. Looking at this, July and August are for sure not the months that we will be going to Greece. Unless you're attending a huge event, there's no real reason to travel during high demand unless you really enjoy like standing in long lines and spending extra money on flights and hotels. I do not. I think a lot of us have been to those locations that don't have a low season, and I mean, in some places you just can't avoid it. All of this just to say that there are some places that actually shutter the windows during low season. So you want to do a little bit of homework to make sure that the attractions and that the city and restaurants that you want to visit are even open during a really low season. And this really is only a concern if you're traveling way off high season. If you're on those shoulder dates, you'll be fine. So next we're checking the weather, and that sounds really basic, but you need to dig in, and I'll explain why. Checking the weather sounds like a no-brainer. Right off the bat, everyone does that. But if you just go by the top little pop-up that kind of gives you the basic information, you're gonna have some trouble. You're wanting to dig in a little bit deeper, and there's a lot of reasons why. Number 1, you want to find averages for a season, because you want to know the average high and the average low for the time that you're thinking about going. There's a few things I want to do while I'm there. I want to put my toes in the sand just a little bit. I want to ride a boat just a little bit. I want to wear lots and lots of flowy dresses every single day. And I don't want to have to change at night just because it gets chilly. So yes, it's true, this website looks really hokey, but I love it because it shows me everything I need in one place and visual. I love a good graph. So anyway, so here we can see that the temps in July and August are in the mid-80s, which is great. But September looks great too because my boyfriend hates it hot, I hate it cold, and September is just right. So now beyond the highs, we have to check the lows because hey, the sun's not up all day long. And also keep in mind that if you are open to going to a place where the weather changes a lot, daytime to night, think of a Vegas where it can be 70 degrees during the day but 40 degrees at night. That means you have to pack differently. You have to pack an average of 2 outfits per day and maybe different shoes. Now we're moving down to rain. I mean, rain is going to be huge in Greece. Your whole entire day is supposed to be spent outside enjoying that place. So now we're moving on to average rainy days. It looks like only 1 day in July and August, which is crazy, and only 3 days in the month of September. But you see in December, 11 days of average rain. That could fall all over your vacation, meaning it could rain all 11 days you're in town. And people kind of forget that rainy days don't just affect the 1 day. A rainy day will ruin a hike. There are some places that actually close off some walks or some hikes because of the mud. For Greece, I would actually want to avoid the rainy days because usually with a rainy day comes a windy day. And that could actually keep you from being able to go out on a boat. Maybe you were going to do a dinner cruise or you were going to do a cruise off to that shipwreck island and you won't be able to if it's too windy out. Now on to sunshine. Yes, sunshine. This sounds crazy. I can honestly say I never looked into the amount of hours you would have with sun until we did a trip to Alaska because there the sun changes quite a bit versus summer to winter. So of course, sun and Greece go hand in hand. But look at this. In July and August, you get 11 hours of sun. But by December, you're only getting 3 hours of sun a day. So, I mean, September is looking better and better by the minute. The idea of going to Greece only having 3 hours of daylight is not ideal. So this last section is just about water temperatures in Greece. And it sounds so crazy to think that in July and August you can have water temperatures be 77 degrees. September it's still pretty good at 75. It does start to cool off as the season cools off. Of course, it drops down to your 60s. But I mean, it's pretty great to know this, especially if you're going and planning on spending a lot of time in or around that water. So at this point, I am basically sold on September. I mean, we can go and not sacrifice a thing. The weather is still going to be great. The water is going to still be nice and warm. The season will still be active and things to do. It's just like a win-win. And we'll save money because we'll be avoiding all the high season stuff. And hopefully the lines will be less, so that'll be great too. So at this point, I think that we are good to start looking at some flights. Now, I've shared before that I'm obsessed with Hopper, and it is true, I still am. If I find anything better, I'll let you know. But until then, Hopper, Hopper, Hopper. A quick recap on Hopper. Hopper will allow you to search a whole entire year just by scrolling through. It'll show you the best times of the month to travel to any destination that you're looking at. You can also set up watches. Hopper will then alert you as the prices go up or down, so it's pretty cool. Full disclosure, I've actually been watching this flight for a few weeks now, and it was only $500 to fly there a few weeks ago, and now it's up to $900. Hopper is telling me to wait because it is expecting the prices to drop again just a little bit, but I think I missed out on a really crazy opportunity. But at the time, Greece wasn't 100% open, so I could see why the prices were so low. So when looking at Hopper, it matches exactly what we already found, right? Like, the prices are more expensive in the high season. July and August, prices are all orange and red. But if you look at September, there's lots of green. September, October, November, the prices are still way lower than those 2 months prior. And so either way, it's going to be a win. I'm just still heartbroken that I did not get $500 flights, but you know, the economy needs to come back and I need to contribute. But wait, you're not quite ready to book those flights just yet. We need to have an itinerary. How long are we going to need to be in Greece? I actually don't know quite yet. I don't know which islands I'm going to visit while I'm there. I don't know if I can make it to Sparta because it seems to be hundreds of miles away from Athens, but I really want to get there. But after we put together our itinerary, we might find that it's better to fly into Athens than fly out of another location. So we're gonna pause and we're gonna start our itinerary. So click on that link up there and you'll be able to skip through to get straight to our itinerary that we're going to put together and see where we end up going. So exciting. As usual, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.